Anytime I see notepads on sale, I look at those and go, that is the possibility of money.
Hey guys, my name is Dizzy. If you know me, you should know me if you're seeing this feed. I'm a comedy magician. I work all around the world and I step onto stages in front of audiences performing what I do. A little bit of circus, a little bit of magic. But what I want to do is I want to try and introduce you guys to some of the friends that I cross paths with. So what I'll do is I'll ask my friends 10 fun questions, find out a little bit about them. Hopefully you find that interesting. I really do inspire to be like some of these superstars that I get to work with. Hopefully you find something, and hopefully they give you guys the insight of what it takes to be a performer. Enjoy. I call this Under the Spotlight with me, Dizzy, my friends. Enjoy. Let's start off with, what is your name and what do you do?
I am Lamont Ferguson, the Lamont Ferguson. There are other Lamont Fergusons, by the way. There's another Lamont Ferguson that also does stand-up. He needs to be stopped. He's horrible. I am Lamont Ferguson, stand-up comedian.
I'm at a point in my life where I just want respect. I don't care whether it's earned or not. When I go to the bank, I like to be called Mr. Ferguson. Mr. Ferguson!
What gave you the performance bug?
I was fascinated by the craft. I've been studying this craft since I was 8 years old.
Did you start off with like being an MC to a comedy club?
No, you start out technically as being a comic. You work your way up to being the host of the show. So it was an open mic spot, 5 minutes going up, and because I was underage, you got to go up first or second and then get the heck out of the club because you're not allowed to be in there.
Right, yeah. Like the very first time stepping up on stage, 17 years of age, you had a 5-minute set, correct?
I had a 5 minutes. Yeah, the set was 5 minutes. I had, I'm going to say 20 seconds of material, really, that really counted. That was really funny. And so it was terrifying is what it was.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But that's what we live for. I think if you're not feeling that, you're dead.
Yeah.
You know, you've got it. I'm always nervous when I step up on stage until you get your first.
What side we're supposed to be on here?
Until you get your first round of applause, that's when you settle in.
Yes. Same thing. When you get your first laugh. I mean, even now, that's kind of when you feel settled. But at this point, I already know where that laugh is going to be, so I'm not as nervous as I was before.
Yeah, I think that's for everybody, every entertainer. If
Yeah.
you don't feel nervous, you shouldn't be. You should not be in show business.
All settled from earlier today, where it felt like the captain was on a side mission with Deadliest Catch. Bad news is the ship's a little rocky. Good news is crab pots are full.
I have a superstition. I have kind of a ritual. I have my notebook, and I write in my notebook. I write the date. I write the venue. I will write to the left either the letters GP, which stands for game plan, or 2 U's, and I'll just kind of jot down subjects I may want to talk about in that particular set, so it's fresh in my head and remember.
So do you have a whole list of all of the repertoire, all of the jokes that you have, and then highlight, or is this just a blank piece of paper?
Blank piece of paper.
And then you're just writing it down to be relevant to the audience that you have?
Well, more of just for myself, because if I go up there and I start talking, there might be things I want to work on. So right. I'll put, don't forget to talk about the camera mirror, or something like that.
Or a situation that happened that everyone's aware of.
Well, if that happens, I already know that. That's already in my head, because that's at the beginning.
Absolutely.
I'm going to talk about that the first second.
You've got to be relevant.
Yeah. So, but that's really the ritual. Other than that, there's no real superstition. But that's the ritual.
There's nothing throw shoulder over your left shoulder, or no whistling. You've just put me off.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So look at this real quickly. This is Alaska. We're going into Canada. Look how gorgeous it is. What a beautiful day. We're actually one of the luckiest cruisers.
Yes.
The captain. We have Captain Matt on board. He was saying that you don't get this all the time. The whole week has just been gorgeous.
Yeah, the week's been great. I've been on here for 2 weeks so far.
And last week was not.
Last week was pretty good. Last week was actually pretty good, but this is even better than last week. So
I mean, there's people in the pool. Okay, 3.
yeah, that's a little crazy.
4 people. So let's go back to you being on stage. What is the funniest thing that sticks in your mind, or the strangest thing that sticks in your mind for all of the performances you've ever done? What stands out the most for?
The one that stands out the most, and it'll be hard to top, was on a ship doing Alaska, getting ready, leaving, doing Alaska, getting ready to do my show. And 3 minutes into the show, I heard a thud that I thought occurred backstage. And it turns out it wasn't backstage, because shortly after I hear the thud, and I'm continually talking, a lady is pointing behind me.
So you're seeing the audience, and you're going, what?
I see this lady pointing over to a direction, and I look and I see feet on this stairwell. So there's the way this stage was set up is that there's a stage, there's a balcony, there's stairs that come down, kind of wind down, that will get you to the lower level.
So this is not happening backstage. This is in front of the curtain.
In front of the stage. So the people can come down from the balcony to look for seats down in the lower area. So apparently what happened was somebody was coming down those stairs and fell. And then they got stuck and could not get back up, so they were pointing at that. I then go backstage. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, do you ignore the situation and continue?
No, because it's the lady's pointing, and now I've turned and looked, and I can see it. Now everyone's attention knows that that's
right,
going on.
Sore thumb in the room.
Right,
The elephant.
So I go backstage and say, hey, we need medical. They get on the whole thing, the whole announcements on a ship of emergency response team.
So the whole show has stopped.
The whole show has come to a
How much are you into it? You're
3 minutes.
3 minutes into the show.
3 minutes into the show.
You've literally said your first joke. You've introduced yourself.
Hello, how are you? Someone's just fallen.
Right. So this happened on a cruise ship.
On a cruise ship to Alaska, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
It was also the cruise director's very first contract.
Right, so
she doesn't know how to deal with this situation. Yeah, of course, it's not something that's known to me. I'm just kind of following what I kind of instinctually know. So I don't go back on stage. It takes 25 minutes to get this person up and out. It was the
medical evac comes on.
Yeah, the medical people come in. They come in with a stretcher, and they can't navigate a curved stairwell with a straight stretcher. Then they, hey, Mr. Ronnie, they then put sheets up to shield,
to cover the murder.
To shield and give them privacy, and it was nonsense.
So my question is, you have to go back on stage. Did you go back?
Eventually, I do have to go back out on stage and do some sort of show. They had asked me. I was on the phone, and they said, "Can you go back out?" I said yes. Meanwhile, the cruise director has refused to go back out on stage and do anything. Her first contract. She says, I'm going back to whatever job I had before.
So you can't do your full 45-minute set.
No, I'm going to do like 15 minutes.
Yeah, the reason I say that is because people are... the ship has a movement of where people have to move to the dining room next, and if you mess up this kind of flow, you just get into trouble from all the different departments. So was this before a seated dining experience?
It would have to be the first. Oh yeah. It wasn't the very first night.
No, but
it had to be the first show.
Yeah.
So this was like during, let's say, a 7 p.m. show.
So how much material or how much time did you have left to try to pull? Was it the first time the audience ever seen Mr.
Oh, they
Lamont?
didn't care. They didn't care about being done by a certain time. All they cared about was give them 15 minutes. So it didn't matter what the time was. Give them 15 minutes and give them something. So majority of those people then turned around and came back for the second show because they didn't get to see the first show.
So you addressed the elephant in the room, of course. Yeah, you have to. And then did you have the audience on your side? Did you win them over?
There was another way where we were all in it together. So it was a point where I said, this will be the highest degree of difficulty I've ever had for a set in my life. And they all laughed. And then we just went on with that. And so it all worked out well.
Wow. So we're going to continue the walk around this gorgeous, I think, how long is this? Let me just show you what we've got. We've got a running track. And I feel that we're the fish that's swimming in the opposite direction. But it'll be fine. It'll be fine. So I want to ask you, Lamont, what is the toughest part about being a performer?
The toughest part is travel. Bottom line, simple, plain and simple. It is the travel. It is the rigors of travel. It's getting on a plane and sitting on a plane, then getting to whatever it is, the hotel, and then finally getting to work. The old adage is, we get paid for travel, we do the shows for free, and there couldn't be any more truth to that, because of the fact if we could snap our fingers and be on stage, we would. It's it's taxing on the body, and the older you get, the more it is sitting on a plane and then getting off a plane and stuff like that. It's a bit nuts.
I'm never working when I'm on stage, because that's what we do. That's what we've trained for
Right.
for the years. Yeah, absolutely.
I enjoyed it.
I envy your job. Let's walk. I'll tell you why I envy, because as you know, I'm a comedy magician, and I come on with a £100 suitcase, where I want to be you, where I go, hand me the mic. Oh, I wish. I do not have the confidence just to go give me a microphone. So you are like an idol, something that I'd love to be able to do. Here is a fun question. If you were not on stage as a performer, what would you be doing now?
Be a teacher. Well, I'd be 60 right now, 60. Yeah, I'd still be teaching. I'd be teaching. I was thinking whether or not I was retiring, but no, a teacher is the only other profession that I've had any interest in being or doing.
If somebody wanted to get into the profession that you're doing as a stand-up comedian, what word of advice would you give them to be able to pursue what you're doing?
If you want to be a comic, I would say writing is the key. Write. I can't emphasize it anymore. That writing is the key. Writing's the foundation. Writing's the foundation for what it is that any comic does. As much as people go, I'm just funny off the cuff. Okay, that's fine.
So when you say writing and trying to come up with their own material, how would they go about that? Is it just wandering, having your notes in your iPhone that you can
always being able to jot down whatever idea that you think is funny that comes into your head? Yes.
Yeah.
Either whether it's pencil to paper, pen to paper, or phone technology, or
just
recording it.
Do you have a notepad next to your bed, and do you come up with ideas and you write them down immediately?
I keep my phone, but I have literally hundreds of notepads. Anytime I see notepads on sale, I look at those and go, that is the possibility of money, and turning that into a new hour.
So I have a question about technology. ChatGPT, it's taken over. AI is taken over.
Yeah.
What do you feel to AI being an assistant to helping you in the profession of what you've taken?
What's interesting is I just started getting into touch with the ChatGPT and the AI stuff. What I find very interesting is that if you have enough presence, you've been around long enough, the AI actually knows who you are through, just accessing all the internet and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I went on one time and played around with the idea. I said, write a joke about something.
Let's move quickly. We've got ping pong going on in the background.
Yeah.
Very loud. Continue.
Write a joke about whatever the subject was in the style of Lamont Ferguson.
And AI just picks up from you
came
online
up and said, Lamont Ferguson is such a... And I was like, yeah, you're right. That is me. That is who it is and stuff. And then they gave comparisons as to who I was like. And I said, yeah, that's
and this
right.
just helps the creativity side of...
Well, what I did is I looked at it. I have yet to implement it, to put it in, because I don't know whether or not I still feel like it's cheating.
You've got to embrace it. I feel that it is just a matter of embracing.
Yeah, so I've yet to look at it. I was just like, okay, well, it gives me ideas that if I were to write something, it does have kind of the idea what I would do. I may obviously do it differently than an AI program would do it, but it's something that I'm toying with. It's something I'm thinking about. So.
Okay, so this is Mr. Lamont Ferguson. As I said before, I wanted to introduce him as just over a year ago, we were in San Juan, Puerto Rico, and I was in my cabin. I had the Do Not Disturb sign on, and this gentleman, I think he saved me, because I didn't know what to do. It was so boring being on a ship, just doing a show. Lonely times, guest entertainers would come on, would go to the restaurants. But this gentleman pulled me out of my room. He said, you need sunlight. And he introduced me to the game that is taking over the world, pickleball. Fastest growing sport. And ever since, I've been playing non-stop, and I get to interact with the guests before they know who I am. And then after they know, they see me as this sportsman that is very competitive on the pickleball court. And then they see what I do on stage. But you have honestly made me love being on cruise ships again. And it's a great way. Pickleball, if you haven't done it, it's a great community that gives you an opportunity to network with people. They're just happy people.
Yeah. You know what I found? I thought about this today. I saw Bill Burr was doing an interview, and he was very emotional during this little part where he said, because he was talking about people who were passing away. I think Bob Saget, when Bob Saget died, him and Bob Saget were good friends. He said, he heard a quote that said, you spend the first 40 years of your life acquiring friends, and the last 40 years losing them.
Oh, wow.
This is a thing about it. What pickleball is that it, because it's for people of a certain age. It's not a young, even though a lot of young people actually play it, and it's really great for them to play it. But the majority of the people are older. It's a way to make friends at an age that you would not normally make friends, and you're gaining friends that are your age, that have your same similar experiences in life that you would not have normally had access to. And I think that has a little bit of something to it.
Yeah, do you know we've ended back up exactly where we started?
Because I got to get on my horse and get out of here.
So real quickly, this is Mr. Lamont Ferguson, comedy magician. I want to end with you just giving everybody your social handles. So if you're interested in what he does, can you share this, and then we'll share a little bit of what you do on stage?
Of course I sure will. TV Funny Man. It's always TV Funny Man. Just spelled out, TV Funny Man. And if not, you can look up Pickleball Comedian. Those are the social media handles. I'm there. That's where I live. I dwell there on a horse.
He's amazing. We're on Celebrity Edge. If you like it, reach out to him. He's a great guy. I hope you enjoyed this. If you're interested in getting into comedy on stage, hopefully this helped. My name's Dizzy. This is Under the Spotlight. And today we shine a light on Mr. Lamont Ferguson.
And you gotta watch out, it happens fast. You don't realize, like, look, a long time ago, I felt good. I walked to the bank, had $1,010 in my bank account. They go, what can we do for you today, Mr. Ferguson? I'd like to withdraw $20. Here's your money, Lamont. It happens that fast. That's how fast it happens. You know what I found out? That title directly associated with the balance of your bank account. You gotta have at least a comma. At least a comma will get you Mr. You walk in the bank with 46 bucks in your bank account, that's a first name bank account. That's what that is. 46 bucks, what's up, dude? That's what 46 bucks is.